You know that feeling when someone blurts something out and suddenly your whole day goes upside down? Surprise! That feeling actually lives inside you for only 90 seconds, unless you feed it more fuel yourself. The truth is, anger is a choice. Our brain dumps stress hormones, they speed you up, your body burns, but exactly 1.5 minutes later, those hormones naturally fade. And in that moment, you have a choice. Either let it go or start running the internal TV series called I'll Show Them Right Now! It's like a smoke alarm screaming because you burned the bacon. Instead of opening a window, you're like, hey, let's fry some more, and you add another log to the fire. Next time some hotshot cuts you off on the road, pay attention. The first wave, that same 90 seconds, is your body flooding with hormones, your heart pounding. After that, your inner commentator kicks in, what an idiot! And boom, you've been on fire for 20 minutes over nothing. Once you get the 90-second rule, you suddenly see the decision point. Either let the hormones leave quietly or throw your own rage festival inside your head. We all know people who stay calm no matter what. You think, they must be some kind of Buddha. Nope, they just know what you're about to learn here. You're not a remote. You know that phrase, they know how to push my buttons? Come on, that's just an illusion. Buttons can only be pushed if you've wired them up yourself.
Makes a nice click.
The myth is that other people have power over your emotions. In reality, those buttons only work when the wires run straight into old wounds or long-standing conflicts, which means the person isn't controlling you, they're simply shining a light on your unhealed crack. Your coworker throws out that same sarcastic remark that always sets you off, and you're already about to snap. Stop. Ask yourself,
what really got to me?
maybe it's not even their voice, but an echo of mom or dad's constant criticism. Turns out, they're not pushing your buttons. They're just showing you where they are. And once you stop being the remote, that's it. The series I'm Easy to Trigger ends. You become the director of your own emotional state. Think about that one person who really annoys you. Their reactions say nothing about them, it's all about you.
Part 2. The discovery of the secondary emotion.
Anger isn't a monster crawling out from inside you. It's a guard, a kind of security guy, always on duty, covering up what you don't want to show. Pain, fear, or shame. Someone criticizes you and you seem to explode. But deep down, the real ache comes from something else, from not being seen, not being valued. Anger feels safer than saying out loud, "That hurt me." That's why it steps onto the stage first. Your partner forgets the anniversary and you launch a firework of emotions. But inside, there's a quiet question. Am I even important to you? Here's the twist. Real change begins when you speak from the pain, not from the anger. I felt forgotten sounds very different than you never remember anything, because vulnerability heals while anger only pushes away. Think back to your last outburst. What emotion was it really guarding? Chapter 3. Awareness of the decision point. Between the stimulus and your reaction, there's a pause, a tiny gap where freedom hides. Most people don't even realize it exists. Viktor Frankl discovered this in a Nazi concentration camp. No matter what happens, you always have the freedom to choose your response. The stimulus hits. Hormones flood your body, but before you react, there's a microsecond of choice. If you learn to spot it, you become the author of your own experience. Catch it, and you can rewrite the script. Someone sends you a passive-aggressive email. Your first impulse is to fire back in the same tone. Stop. Will I be proud of this response tomorrow? That's what activates your decision point. That tiny moment is your superpower. It's what separates the extra, the victim of circumstances, from the player holding the joystick. Think of someone who never seems to lose their cool. No, it's not because they were born a Jedi. It's because they learned to catch that moment. And so can you. Chapter 4. The Inner Observer Method. Imagine your emotions as the weather. Sometimes it's rain, sometimes a storm, sometimes thunder. And most people are like umbrellas without handles, tossed around by any gust of wind. But inside you, there's an observer, that calm figure sitting on the balcony sipping tea while watching the storm roll by. Anger shows up. Your heart races, your hands itch to snap back, but you are not the anger. You see it, like a cloud drifting past.
This observing self is always cool-headed. It can say, I think this person is an idiot, instead of, this person is an idiot. You feel the difference? It's like putting a glass pane between you and the storm. Instead of exploding in response, switch on your observer. Aha! Irritation is rising. That's it. Now you're watching the emotion, not drowning in it. From that place, you can choose a response that actually serves you. This is emotional immunity. You can experience any emotion without letting it drive your life. Think back to a time when you stayed calm in the middle of chaos. That was your observing self at work. And now you can activate it anytime. Chapter 5. Toxic people equal your gym. What if difficult people aren't obstacles on your path, but personal trainers for your emotional fitness? That shift in perspective can completely change how you see every challenging person in your life. Each difficult person points directly to the place where you need to grow. That overly critical boss needs training your resilience muscle.
Those aren't yours, boy! Sorry,
That passive-aggressive neighbor, they're helping you develop the skill of setting boundaries. Just like a physical trainer pushes you through uncomfortable exercises to make you stronger, emotional trainers build your emotional strength. Your controlling manager fires off the 15th email today. Instead of thinking, they don't trust me, try this. They're giving me practice in staying calm under pressure. Suddenly, it's not personal persecution, it's emotional training. You begin to answer with curiosity. What do you need to feel confident about this project? When difficult people become trainers, you stop being a victim and become a student. Every interaction turns into a chance to level up your emotional game. Now, take a look at your toughest relationships. What strength is that person helping you develop? Chapter 6. Setting boundaries. Boundaries aren't concrete walls meant to lock people out, they're gates. And you're the guard. Who gets in, who doesn't, you decide. Healthy boundaries are like skin. They let the good stuff in and keep the toxins out. All you really need is clarity, what's allowed in and what's not. I get that you're upset, but I don't respond to yelling. Let's talk when you've calmed down. That's not aggression, that's confidence in your position.
Might be. I care about you, but I can only listen for 5 minutes unless you want us to work on the problem together.
Boom! You saved your energy without abandoning the person. Boundaries are fuel. They let you actually help others instead of getting sucked into their drama. You can't pour into others if you're running on empty yourself. Think about it. Who in your life is draining your energy, and what boundary can you set to protect it? 7. The pause method. There's a difference between running away and a strategic retreat. One leaves you weaker, the other makes you stronger. Sometimes the smartest move is to hit pause and step out of a situation that's triggering you. That's not cowardice, that's an upgrade. You're giving your nervous system a reboot and your brain a chance to switch logic back on.
I need a break from this conversation. Let's come back to it when I can respond thoughtfully, not impulsively.
Okay. I'm here when you're ready.
That's not escape. That's Tactics 2.0. Real life scenario. Your partner brings up something important right when you're already fried after work. Instead of snapping or shutting down, you say,
This matters to me, but I'm out of battery right now. Let's talk after dinner.
you respect the topic and you protect your own energy pack. Timeouts are like seatbelts for relationships. 5 minutes of breathing room can save you 5 hours of patching things up later. And yeah, save you from saying those nuclear phrases you'll be apologizing for a week. Everyone needs a pause. The difference, mature people ask for it instead of just ghosting without a word. Think back to a conversation that crashed and burned just because you were overloaded. A timeout could have flipped the whole script. Chapter 8. The Trigger Map. You wouldn't walk through a minefield blindfolded, right? So why do we do exactly that in relationships, stumbling over our own emotional landmines? Here's how to chart your minds.
Triggers aren't random. They run on a script.
People who sound like your critical parent. Situations that echo past rejections. Words that press straight into an old wound.
Once you map those minds, your reactions stop blindsiding you.
Ah, that tone? It's my old boss, the one who trashed every decision I made. No wonder I'm instantly on edge. Knowledge is power. See the mind? Step around it. No more fireworks on flat ground. Try this. 1 week of a trigger journal. Write everything down. Who knocked you off balance? What did they do or say? What did it remind you of? Patterns will start popping. I always blow up at impatient authority figures. Or sarcasm cuts me because my brother used it to put me down. Here's the play. When you know your triggers, you stop being a target. You're prepared. Preparation turns knee-jerk reactions into conscious responses. That's the difference between being a player and being a mind that detonates on contact. Everyone has triggers. Most of us just walk on them with eyes closed. But noticing your own, that's emotional intelligence doing actual work. Look closer.
What sets you off again and again? That's not just a trigger.
That's your map to freedom. Chapter 9. Warm distance. You can care about someone without carrying their emotions like a backpack full of bricks. You can love a person without living inside their drama like it's a 200-episode soap opera.
That balance has a name. Compassionate distance.
Heart open, but boundaries intact. You see the pain, but you don't swallow it whole. The line is simple.
I see this is hard for you, and I care. How can I support you without taking on your stress?
That's tossing a life ring, not diving into the swamp to just drown together. Example, your friend's going through a divorce and calls every day to unload another tidal wave of pain. Instead of sinking into her anger, you say,
I want to be here for you. Let's have deep talks twice a week, and on the other days, let's do something uplifting together. Okay. That sounds really good.
You're still a friend, but not a storage unit for endless drama, because burned out rescuers don't rescue, they sink. We all know people who carry the world's problems on their shoulders. That's not strength, it's a one-way ticket to burnout. Think of someone whose drama pulls you down like quicksand.
Now ask yourself, how can I help without becoming a sponge for their pain?
Chapter 10. Cut the storyline. You're not experiencing reality. You're experiencing the movie in your head about reality. Change this story and your whole emotional experience flips. The fact stays the same, but the film changes genres. Every time something triggers you, your brain queues up a private screening.
They don't respect me. They're trying to control me.
But no, that's not the fact. That's your interpretation. What if that sharp tone didn't mean I despise you, but
Sorry, I'm stressed out myself right now.
one interpretation equals stress, another interpretation equals calm. Picture this, your boss fires off a short, blunt email. Version number 1,
They hate my work and are packing my cardboard box already.
result, anxiety, defensiveness, lost sleep. Version number 2,
They're swamped and just want to help me level up quickly.
result, curiosity, gratitude, motivation. Same email, 2 completely different movies, 2 completely different emotional realities. Here's the hack. Once you notice the stories you're spinning, you stop being the victim of your inner screenwriter. You become the editor, and you get to decide what goes on air.
Think back to the last time something upset you. What script did your inner Netflix serve up? And what alternate episode could you have told yourself instead? Knowledge without practice is like buying a gym membership just to take mirror selfies and entertainment, not results. The real game is turning these ideas into automatic reactions. And that's where transformation actually lives. And no, it doesn't come from perfection. It comes from consistency. How can this be put into practice? Small steps, day after day. If you've been paying attention to this video, they start with one thing. For example, the 90-second rule. When someone pushes your buttons, instead of exploding, you let the hormones burn out and fade. I get triggered so easily. I can't control it anymore. Remember chapter 4 of this video. The inner observer method. you feel an emotion rising, then fight it, Will. Just observe. Don't participate. Within 2 weeks, this ritual will become your new instinct. You'll stop reacting and start savoring the moment of observation. Every choice is a chisel in the clay of your mind. You're rewriting your brain. No, I'm not speaking in metaphors. You're literally carving new neural pathways. And over time, they become highways.
Fast, efficient, and unfortunately, irreversible. You mean I could become like that too?
Only if you subscribe to the channel Brain, Heart, Emotions. Then yes, Will, you'll do just fine. Now think, who will you become when no one's drama can reach your peace anymore? That person is already near, waiting patiently like a creature sensing its own awakening. And when it rises, you'll understand calm is not a gift. It's discipline. May knowledge be with you. Until we meet again, my friends. And don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.